You stand up straight and you put your hands over the clay and you lean in gently. And I work mostly with my hips, not my arms. I work with my hips. I lean into it. Now, here is what I call an axis point. Think of that as a point that's going to pivot. And you pivot just a quarter of a turn. Reposition your hands and go down again. Not squeezing down to the wedging board, just gently. Here's your pivot point. Come back, reposition your hands, and do it again. Here's your pivot point. Reposition your hands and push again. Pivot point, push. Pivot point, reposition, push. Pivot point, reposition, push. Pivot. Centering is really a mental exercise, not a physical one. What I like to do is center it through slapping first. So the wheel goes, and I keep my elbows into my torso, and I just slap my hands, and I slap this so that it gets fairly centered. Part of the clay, this first inch, is the most crucial. If that's not centered, no matter what you do to the top, your piece is not going to be centered. So let's get that first inch centered. So working down there, press in, press in. Good, I've got the beginnings of my cage. Now I'm going to opening up, and I'm opening up straight down with my left hand. My left hand is holding onto my right hand because I need a complete circuit. If your right hand and your left hand are not held together, then this hand is going to fly in the air. It's going to have no support. The right hand is getting support from my torso and the splash pan. And this hand has to have my right hand for support. Otherwise, it'll go like this when you open up. So important is to make sure that the inside is beautiful and it has no lines, no straight edges. So I'm going to go up now. And then I roll it. I'm a stickler for rolled rims. If I roll it back and forth, and I'll get a beautiful rim. We'll be learning how to throw many things when we learn how to throw a V-shaped bowl. I've got this opened up slightly. I'm going to start leaning on this part of my hand. Lean on it, and then push down on the outside. We're going to pull again. This time squeezing in. I'm squeezing in with my fingers over here, and I am now going to actually start making an angle on the outside also. Notice I'm only using one hand because my bowl is just about being made. It has a lot of structure to it, and I can come up the walls of the pot very gently. Press the rim, and I take a nice flexible piece of leather, a chamois, and round my rim. I'm so demanding of beautiful round rims, and I roll it, and I'm going to just shape this off so that it flanges out a little bit more, just for fun. It's a cylinder, simple cylinder that will make a pitcher. It's not trimmed yet, so it's heavy on the bottom, but it's a nice clean cylinder that'll have a beautiful big handle. And this is large scale throwing, which I have a video out there that you can pick up to learn how to do large scale throwing. I throw 30 to 36 inches tall. Straight down. This is so important to not lean and not go back and forth. Notice how strong my hands were. My hands were strong because they were getting support from this right hand. I've just got it opened up. I'm going to open up the floor in a second movement. So what you want to do is keep it as dry as you can to not add too much water, and you can't go fast. Also, when you open up, you want to open up in a cone shape like this, not like this. When it'll have a tendency to open up wide, but we got to get it back into a cone. That'll give you more support. Very gently move that form in. Okay, I'm going in again. And this time, notice the wheel is still slow. I'm squeezing the clay, and I'm just going to go straight up. And then I'm going to use a little chamois and roll the rim. So have fun, make lots of cylinders, and I'll see you for the next demonstration.